For your number 3 starter, you have Chicago White Sox left-handed pitcher Garrett Crochet. And I have to say, I have Crochet ranked 5th, so not even that much lower than you. When I posted my top 150 starting pitchers on Reddit,
Oh man,
he was the second most commented about starting pitcher in terms
sure.
of, "Are you crazy? How do you have him 5th?
I kn-
Don't you know wins are a thing, Nick? His second half of the season was terrible." Just some generic comments about
yeah,
Garrett Crochet.
yeah, of course. So first and foremost, I saw that Reddit thread, and props to you. It's one of those things where unfortunately, I do my live stream. I get to talk to people directly, and it's a much better conversation because they have a thought, and it's not just
Mhm.
me, interpreting one line of text and understanding the tone from that. We can actually talk like humans, and it's great. And we can get down to the nitty gritty of it because that's really why we want to be doing this, right? We enjoy
Yes.
the back and forth a bit. And anytime that there is anger or hyperbole attached, it doesn't go well. At the end of the day, my ranking is a little bit assuming that Crochet will get dealt this offseason. I think the White Sox wanted to deal him at the All Star break. Then Crochet said, I'm not going to
Mhm.
pitch in the playoffs. And they go, fine. Okay, we'll wait until the offseason. But Crochet's talent is insane. And the more and more I thought about this, I mean, the guy has a four seamer that is arguably the best in baseball because it comes with extension as well that makes this 96, 97 mile per hour four seamer that he actually commands really well inside the zone look more like 99, 100. And then he has not one, but two different fastballs he plays off of it, the cutter and the sinker. And now batters were already struggling for Garrett Crochet with figuring out 50-50 if it's the fastball or the cutter, and then good luck anyway. But now they have a third option, and that sinker that Garrett Crochet introduced in September was filthy. It got, I want to say 15% to 20% swing strike rates on it. Like, it was nuts because everyone goes, wait, there's a third option I need to guess for now. I really think that Crochet is just going to mow over everyone that he faces in 2025. I also think that he's going to be on a team that actually wins games at that point. And I realize that the top three guys, Scooble, Skeens, and Crochet, are really the only three that I consider possible for 30% or higher strikeout rates who can go 6 innings plus per game with elite ratios. Like truly those kinds of aces. And
Mhm.
my 4 and 5 are also just workhorses, and you're happy with it. And it's a floor that is above the rest, and that's why it's my top tier. But I originally had Crochet at 5 like you, and eventually I just said no. His talent level, his ability is just a step above, I think, especially with those strikeouts.
Yeah, it's a over 23% swing strike rate on that sinker to lefties, since he introduced it. Obviously, as a left-handed pitcher, that's gonna be a little bit more impactful to left-handed hitters. He has the fastball and the four seam and the cutter to righties. The changeup is also solid, fine. Like, it is not a bad pitch, and I think considering the rest of his offerings, it's fine as the third pitch to righties to have a not bad changeup.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
consistent, 48% strike
yes,
rate, and that's why he axed it.
but
I was kinda hoping it would come back. There was actually this
I
game he got trounced by the Twins, and then he said, "You know what? I'll throw changeups next time," and they did, and that was fine. But
I'm
yeah.
wondering if it's, obviously first season as a starter, so had to go deeper into the arsenal than he needed to in the past. I wonder if it's something he works on and brings back in the off season, that change up so that he can utilize it a
Yeah,
little bit more. Some of the pushback
he's
that I
amazing.
had on Crochet, people talked about the innings. Listen, 146 innings this year. I don't think there's a reason to assume he's under
No.
160 next year.
No,
And
no,
then we
the
already talked about innings concerns with like
inning
everybody.
okay. I'm just gonna say this really quickly. I think we're all good with the Great Crochet now. Guys, when it comes to innings for the next year, think about a team and say, is this guy going to be interrupted in June, July if he's going every fifth day?
Mhm.
And for the most part, no. That's generally
Right.
not the case if the pitcher of the previous year has established at least 120 innings, sometimes even
Yes.
115. We saw this with the Mariners with George Kirby and Logan Gilbert. We saw it with Alek Manoah. We saw this with Shane McClanahan, even. We see this all the time where after the first grind season, they get the gloves off. And Garrett Crochet, 140, like, okay, yeah, what they're not going to limit him now.
Right.
He essentially went throughout the entire year 32 starts. And instead of those 4 inning games, those turn into the normal 6 plus.
Yeah.
There's no question in my head that he's just unleashed now.
And even if he does stay on the White Sox, another just quick thing that Nick has said many times over that I agree with is even if a team is bad, if you are the team has to win some games. And if you are a dominant starter on a bad team, you can still win some games. That was the logic behind Cole Reagans and Tarek Skubal when we didn't know the Royals and Tigers were going to be good. It was these guys are good enough
Fair
pitchers
enough.
that
Yeah.
they will win games. And so
Right.
Crochet could still get 10 wins even on the White Sox, or 11 wins even on the White Sox, because if he's that good, they could win the games that he starts, even if they don't win many other games.